Hey folks, welcome back to Cats and Kilos. Tonight we are going to do an amazing chair workout. Why amazing? Because you will be surprised at how much resistance we're going to get out of this with certain movements, considering we're not using any additional weights like dumbbells, water bottles, or anything like that. So let's get started. Little Max wants to do his own workout, so he'll do his thing as we do ours. You need a chair, obviously. We don't want something too soft, ideally, but as long as it's stable, it's not going to move around on the floor on you. We want to be safe. In this particular case, I'm going to slide a little towards the edge of the chair because it's a little too soft in the middle for me. What's the most natural thing to do from this position? Let's just start by raising our legs up and down. You're going to think this isn't doing too much. Well, hang in there. This is just a bit of a warm-up. It's going to be working our hip flexors a little bit. It's going to get our circulation going at the same time as we do this. And let's just go ahead and continue this for a few more reps. Hang in there. It's going to get better and better as we go along. Little Max seems to love this. So if he loves it, I think you'll love it too. So we said hip flexors, maybe we're working the quads a tiny bit, but not that much. So let's try to activate them a little bit more. And how do we do that? Well, we kick forward like this. So we're lifting our leg up and we kick. If you can lift it higher and kick, that's okay too. If you go too high and you've got some back issues, that may not be great, but if you don't, that's okay. If you can only just move your legs forward and touch your heel to the ground, that's fine too. Whatever you can do. This is okay, whatever you can do, but we're going to keep it going, hopefully at this pace. Let's keep it going. If you're with us so far, hang in there. It's going to get even better. So we're kicking forward. We're going to do this a little bit longer. It's getting our circulation going, as we said, hip flexors, and a little bit of the quads. Even a little bit of hamstring stretch as we do this. So just a few more. How about 3 more? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that was 3 for each side. Well, we mentioned the hamstrings. How about now if we just put our legs out a little bit so we have some stability, because we don't want to fall forward. We're going to be leaning forward with this next one. And if you got balance issues and that, we don't want our feet too close here because we might fall forward. So we're going to put our feet way over here and we're going to touch the floor if we can. If you can't, that's okay. Only go as low as you comfortably can. And then keeping our arms straight, we're going to go all the way overhead. We're going to do this movement all the way overhead, just like this. What is this doing? Well, it's actually activating the hamstrings a little bit, and it's also giving a mild stretch, but more than that, it's hitting the low back pretty well. So it's hitting those erector muscles in your lower back. It's also getting your shoulders, especially the anterior delts, the front of your shoulders are being worked with this. And again, we talk about circulation. It's getting some calories burning. Very nice. Just keep it going. You're doing great. This is a little harder than what we were doing up till now, but hang in there. We'll do something else in a minute. So here we go. And remember, if you can't go that low, that's okay. And some of that depends on the height of your chair. Also, this is fine too. Maybe shoulder flexibility only allows you to get to here. That's fine. Or if even that's too hard on your back and you want to keep us closer to your body, you can. But ideally, we're doing this movement. We're keeping our elbows somewhat straight. This is putting a little more tension on our muscles, which is what we want. We want to get stronger. 2 more reps. 1, and then down. 2. Well, we mentioned the front of the shoulders. How about the side of the shoulders? Let's just start with this. So some lateral raises with no weight. You don't have to go all the way over your head with this. This is more of a range of motion thing, but for our purposes, working the shoulders, just maybe to parallel a little bit above. That's okay. You have limitations. It's okay not to even go that high. We're okay just doing it at this pace. Perfect. And hang in there. You might say, no resistance. Hold on, coming up. as we do this for 3 more reps. 1, 2, depending on whatever height you want to go, 3, and now we'll continue, but we're going to stiffen our arms. Oh, what do I mean? We are doing this now against resistance. So with our arms stiff, it's hard. If somebody came along and tried to move your arm right now with a stiff, it will be hard for them to do so. If you're just doing this, they can move your arm. But the way we're doing it now, keep it going, is our arms are stiff. We're resisting up, we're resisting down, we're resisting up, we're resisting down. So we're using opposing muscles to give us some resistance. This is resisting, the delts are working, the lateral delts, the side of the shoulders. And on the way down too, we're all kind of contracting our lats, the latissimus dorsi. We like those lat muscles as we go down, and then we're resisting up, we're resisting down, we're resisting up, we're resisting down. Up, keep this going, maybe just a parallel up and down, resisting both ways. We're resisting up, we're resisting down, and if you're doing it correctly, you should be feeling it at this point. If you're just moving your arms like this, fine, go ahead if that's all you can do, but if you're stiffening your arms as you do this, you'll feel some nice resistance, and it's working those opposing muscle groups in this range of motion. So lateral delts. Now, what about the rear delts, the back of the shoulders? We just bend forward at the waist a little bit, maybe 30 degrees, and we'll just start by just raising our shoulders like this. If you've got range of motion issues, as I do, a little range is okay. If you can go a little further, that's okay too. And we're just gonna do this just for a few more reps, and say like 3 more reps. 1, 2, 3, and guess what we're gonna do now? Stiffen the arms. Up, resisting and resisting down. Resisting up, resisting down. Arms are stiff. If somebody tries to push your arm right now, it should be very difficult for them because it's stiff, and resisting down. Lats again, resisting up, resisting down. Maybe even some chest a little bit. How about we do this for 3 more reps with that resistance? We're still resisting up, we're resisting down, we're resisting up, we're resisting down, and 1 more rep. Resisting up, resisting down. Pretty good. Now, let's do this. Let's put our hands in front of us, and we're gonna just reach out like this. What are we doing now? We're just kind of warming up and stretching our chest a little bit. And don't worry, there's gonna be some more resistance coming up in a minute, as you might imagine at this point. Where is some of this coming from? Remember Charles Atlas in the old days? He had a system called dynamic tension, the dynamic tension system. And what he did is he worked muscles using the body's own resistance with something similar to what we're doing here. So let's push together our hands, and then we're gonna go over here, push our hands together, and then maybe not so far, push our hands together, and we're gonna continue this now for a little bit, holding it for a little bit longer. Let's hold it for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. We're squeezing our hands. 1, 2, 3. Squeezing our hands. 1, 2, 3. Squeezing your hands. 3 more reps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Was that 3 reps? Just to make sure, let's do 1 more. Okay. Now let's put our hands closer to us, and we're going to just have our palms together, and we're just going to squeeze our palms and relax. And we're going to squeeze our palms together and relax. Let's do this for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and relax. What are we doing here? Keep going as I talk. We're working our chest, just a bit of a different angle. Same thing, kind of a Charles Atlas system. And just relax and relax. And then you can switch the angle of your palm if you were doing that, and relax. And relax. Or if you were doing this, that's okay. That might put some more pressure on your wrist though. So we're just doing this way, relax. And when Charles Atlas recommended this, he had some movements where you go back and forth, but especially when you're older, we're going to avoid doing things that might stress your shoulder if you've got maybe some shoulder issues. And 1, 2, 3. Let's do maybe twice more. 1, 2, 3 seconds. And 1, 2, 3. All right. So continuing on with the chest. And we're going to also work our calves at the same time. let's do this. Let's put some pressure on our knees, and we're going to push down on our knees, and we are going to raise up our calves, our toes. We're going to get up on our toes as we do this. So our heels are coming off the floor at about this pace. We'll change the pace in a second. And if you're pushing down on your knees, eventually you may start feeling a little something in your chest. Why would you feel that? Because if you've ever done dips, especially when you were younger, it's working your chest. Keep doing what I was doing before. So up, down, up, down. So we're going to slow it down just a little bit. Up, and we're going to slow it down on the way down. Up, and slow it down on the way down. You see what I'm doing though? I'm pushing down on my knees as I do this. And I'm resisting it on the way down, working the calves. So up, down, and we're just using that dynamic tension type of system for our chest. Keep going. 3 more. 1, 2, nice push. 3, wow, you're doing really great. Now, we're gonna put our palms together, and this time, what we're gonna do is we're gonna push down with one hand and resist with the opposite hand, keeping our elbows right up against our body. We're gonna push down as we're resisting, and now we're gonna pull up with the opposite hand. We're gonna push down with this hand, and we're gonna pull up with the opposite hand. And what is this doing? As we push down with this hand against resistance, it's working the triceps muscle on that side. And as we are resisting and then pulling up against resistance, we're working the biceps on the other side. So triceps on this side, biceps on the other side, which is great. Let's just do 2 more, and then we'll switch hands. You'll see what I mean. Even though we're working both sides like this, we are not working the same muscles on both sides, right? We're working the tricep on one side and the bicep on the other side. So now we're going to switch it the other way. So the palm up side is working the biceps on that one side, and the palm down side is working the triceps on the opposite muscle. So I'm really resisting. I'm actually making it hard for myself to push up and push down. And you should be doing the same thing. Make it difficult, but not so much that you're straining anything. If you've got an issue, maybe you've got a bicep tear or something, maybe this is not something that you'd want to do against any kind of great resistance or at all. Talk to your doctor if there's an issue, as always. So let's keep it going. Just a couple more reps as we go up on one side and down on the other side. All right, 1 more. Down on this side, up on the other side. Okay, that was pretty good. Now, let's put our elbows on our knees. Remember, our feet should be in front of us enough that we don't fall forward. We're feeling nice and stable. And now what do we want to do? Let's push down on our knees with our elbows by contracting our abs, our abdominal muscles. So as we try to bend our torso forward, by just pushing down on our knees with our elbows, we're going to be working the abs. Let's keep doing it. We're going to squeeze, 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 and then relax. Squeeze, 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 and then relax. Let's keep it going. And relax. And relax. You're doing great. Hang in there. We're almost done. And relax. And relax. And relax. That's good. So you're squeezing those abs, getting yourself a nice ab workout. That way you can hit the beach in the summer. Hey, combine this with a low-carb diet. Let's see where this gets you in a few months. In fact, if you want to do this 3 times a week for the next 4 weeks, see what happens to your strength. I think you'll feel a lot better. You should notice a definite improvement if you're doing some effort, if you're putting some effort into this. And just keep doing what I'm doing, squeezing for those 3 seconds, and then relaxing, squeezing for those 3 seconds, and then relaxing, just like this. And as I say, if you want to start now, by the summer, change the diet. If you lose a little bit of weight as you're doing this, which you will be helping maintain some muscle as you do this, I think you'll be really happy with the way you look. If you don't want to do with the diet, at least strength-wise, as we're getting older, it's good to do resistance type workouts. So let's go 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. And guess what? You're done. Congratulations. Let's just stand up now and just kind of straighten up a little bit. Let's just loosen up, shake it off a little bit. Just like Taylor Swift says, right? Shake it off. That was great. You did amazing. Hopefully you will tune in for more. Please give us a like if you like this video and subscribe. There will be more like this. Hope to see you soon. We'll see you next time.